Hi everybody, welcome to This Week in the ACCC. I'm Robert Williamson. You know we're that busy time of year, right, where you got basketball, softball, baseball, and so much more going on simultaneously. We're going to talk about a lot of it when we return to This Week in the ACCC. Hi everybody, welcome back to This Week in the ACCC. Let's check out some basketball scores for this week, and we'll start with the ladies. It was Chattahoochee Valley Community College remaining unbeaten in the South Division of the ACCC with a big 72-36 win over Bishop State. 3 double-digit scores and a 27-point fourth quarter led Shelton State to a 79-51 win over Lawson State Community College. There's your other division leader, the leader in the North, unbeaten, the Lady Bucks. It was Kristen Dickinson coming off the bench to get a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, in leading Gadsden State Community College to a 67-64 win over Southern Union. Alabama Southern Community College led by a point at halftime. They win it by a point. Neither team shot particularly well, both below 30% from the floor, but Alabama Southern stays number 2 in the South Division with a 51-50 win over LBW. Faulkner State had 11 different scores to defeat Enterprise State Community College 71-55. In the world of men's basketball, Bishop State, a 58-57 winner over Chattahoochee Valley. Terrell Glover scored 17 for Bishop State. Snead State, an upset winner over Marion Military Institute. Or maybe not. They beat them already this year by a point. This time did it by 11. They had a deficit of 5 at halftime, outscored MMI by 37-21 in half number 2 to come away with a victory. Wallace Community College at Selma continuing to be impressive. They knock off Jeff Davis 97-79. 5 double-digit scores, including 19 from Traquan Knight, as Shelton State beats Lawson State 95-75. Now you got a quagmire atop the North Division of the ACCC. LBW, big upset win over Alabama Southern. You might recall Alabama Southern in conference play hadn't lost a game. That was until they played LBW this week. Gerald White had 22 points, and LBW torrid from the charity stripe. They went 15 of 16, and that's where they won it over Alabama Southern. Speaking of torrid, how about the performance by Gadsden State's Jalen Hill? 31 points, 13 rebounds, in leading Gadsden State to an 89-80 victory over Southern Union. Faulkner State, a 111-98 victory over Enterprise State. Keon Brown, another mammoth performance. 16 points, 15 rebounds. How about 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block? He did it all in leading Faulkner State, who had 6 double-digit scores. Hey, let's take a look at those standings. Let's go to the women's side first, back to ladies basketball, and take a look at who is atop the standings. And there you will see Shelton State. They've been very impressive over the course of the year, ranked in the top 20 in NJCAA basketball. They are now winners of 12 in a row, and they are perched atop the North Division for the ladies. Meanwhile, the South Division for the ladies in ACCC basketball has an unbeaten squad as well. Chattahoochee Valley 10-0, Alabama Southern at 9-2. By the way, Shelton State, they've already clinched the North, the number 1 spot on the North. If Chat Valley can beat Alabama Southern on Thursday night, they will take the number 1 spot in the South. Now a look at men's ACCC basketball, the various divisions. They're in the North. Who's going to win the North? Shelton State, Lawson State now 7-3, and look at all the teams that are a game or so back. So if you take the number 1 spot, you take the number 6 spot in the North Division of the ACCC, not a lot of separation. Just about anybody still with a shot at winning the North. In the South, a little bit different story, although it's been maybe bungled a bit with the loss to LBW. Alabama Southern now 11-1 in conference play. Bishop State still has a chance at the top spot, but they've got to win all the rest of their games, basically, and Meanwhile, Alabama Southern's going to lose most of their remaining games, so it looks like Alabama Southern likely the number one team coming out of the South when we get to the state tournament in about a month. That's basketball for you. How about some baseball and softball? We'll do that when we return to This Week in the ACCC. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to This Week in the ACCC. Let's talk a little baseball and softball. We'll start with the ladies and softball. Madison Chambers, congratulations. The sophomore third baseman for Shelton State has been named the ACCC Player of the Week. The Birmingham, Alabama native finished with a .714 batting average, scored 8 runs, had 3 round trippers, 9 RBIs, and a walk for the Lady Bucks. While we're talking about softball, rain wreaked havoc this week in softball. Not a lot of play in the ACCC thus far. Enterprise State did lose a couple of games on Sunday, while Snead State won a couple of games. And there you have the longest current winning streak and the longest current losing streak in ACCC softball, as Enterprise State has lost 6 in a row. Snead State has won 3 straight. In baseball, Jalen Smith, a sophomore third baseman at Chat Valley, named Player of the Week. Flawless defense in a couple of games against West Georgia Tech. He hit .571 as well, a home run, 5 RBIs. The Georgia native also scored 3 runs, earned 3 walks, stole a base in a couple of victories for Chat Valley. And speaking of Chat Valley, they are certainly on a roll. Now 11 straight after a season opening loss. And in the world of baseball, for the ACCC, that same rain that created problems for softball, well, it created some problems for baseball as well. Maybe not quite as much, though. Wallace Dothan did pick up a victory over Enterprise State. Wallace Selma, they got a sweep over Pointer University's JV. And Bishop State went to Mississippi, played Copiah Lincoln, lost a pair of games there. But as far as streaks go, you have got Chat Valley that's won 11 in a row after a season opening loss. Ironically, Bishop State won a couple of games to begin the season, and they have lost 10 in a row, and that represents the longest current losing streak in the ACCC. Well, really no need to take a look at the division leaders in baseball and softball. They haven't got into conference play yet, and though some have sparkling marks and some do not, really no ramification until they start playing one another in their divisions. When we come back, let's talk about the game of the week and a little bit more as we wrap up this week's edition of This Week in the ACCC. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the final segment of This Week in the ACCC. Today, we are in Monroeville, Alabama. Chat Valley playing Alabama Southern. Alabama Southern, for the men, can basically wrap up the division, the South Division, with a win. Meanwhile, Chat Valley's ladies, they will become the division winner in the regular season if they knock off Alabama Southern. It, of course, is this week's Game of the Week. Speaking of Games of the Week, coming up on Monday, we will be back in Bay Minette, Alabama, Faulkner State University, where they take on Bishop State, and that is the wrap-up to the regular season games of the week. And then, of course, we get into state tournament play, I guess that's about the 6th or 7th of March at Lawson State. By the way, we've got the baseball and softball schedule. We'll get that out to you in a little bit, but right after the state tournament in basketball wraps up, then we will get into softball for a couple of games and then some baseball as well. Quick reminder, love to have you as a friend on Facebook and follower on Twitter. We keep you updated on everything that we are doing, not just in the ACCC. We're going to be working with the GCAA in March, the TCCAA as well, SWAC too, a lot of stuff that maybe you don't know that we do, but if you'd follow us or befriend us, we will keep you updated on that and more. As always, great to have you on This Week in the ACCC. James Crenshaw has been the producer of the show. I'm Robert Williamson. We will see you Monday in Bay Minette.